What is up? Excuse me. Face tube. That's what I call it. Just this like that. Well, there you go. Face tube. That's what it's called. I got YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So, what does that mean, you ask? Less work for me to have to do. So, I'm alright with that. But I'm on because, well, I don't sleep much in the first place, which, whatever. Normally I just lay, get deep in thought, you know, don't get in my head, nothing crazy like that, but I just, sit there, contemplate things. Sometimes I'll go through all my cards, look through some cards. Say go through all my cards, but that's not something that's going to happen in a matter of hours or even a matter of days or a matter of weeks. That's like a project for real, for real. But yeah, I'll try to watch a little bit of television, get off of the technology early, read sometimes, but man, nah, nothing. As I'm drinking this caffeinated beverage, I know, don't worry, it doesn't have enough caffeine to affect jack and shit, so it's all good. But yeah. Went to the eye doctor today, which was a plus. Need to get that done. Got a new prescription, so I have to get some new glasses. Got actually got a haircut. I'll take this off. It's just not combed. I got a green back screen coming, so it'll won't be all. Yeah, but yeah, life is good. Life is good. There's no complaints on my part about anything. Yeah. I was thinking earlier, just contemplating. I'm like, shit, what kind of world we living in nowadays? We got all kinds of madness going on nonstop. Crazy shit going on over here. Crazy shit going on over there. Crazy shit at home. Crazy shit everywhere. And I don't know that we're paying much attention to what's really going on, more so that we're being distracted by everything else that isn't even important. And that's what we're focused on. Yeah, it's whether it's a sporting event, whether it's a award show, makes no difference. It's always going to be something to distract you from what's going on, what's really going on. You got an election year here, stateside. You're gonna have crazy people saying and doing crazy things, and no different than last week and the unfortunate circumstances, incident, whatever you want to call it, that happened here during the parade in Kansas City for the Chiefs Super Bowl victory. But like I said, when people have something in their mind that they want to get done, what they want to do, they have an agenda. Regardless of how much security you think you have, people will find a way. That's just the way it is. It's always been like that. This is nothing new. And there's people that are out there that have nothing better to do than to cause harm to other people. It's just the way it is. Now, in this particular case, you can say a lot of different things. You got juveniles involved, which, might get that. But the juveniles do adult things. At that point, they get treated like adults. So they fair game, if you want to call it fair game, but there's no, no hiding anything, or there shouldn't be. It should be as public as anything else. But I understand why it isn't. So, but matter of time, and their infamy will follow them for the remainder of their years. So, not necessarily the most thought through plan, in my opinion, but there again, this is the type of world we live in. People don't really think about a whole lot. So, people's actions, they're the only predictable thing that people are going to do is that they are unpredictable. That's the one thing that you can account for, that you can just bet on is going to happen. That people are going to do stupid things. It's, you know, is it worse? Is it better? Has it changed? I think the only difference is the fact that we just are able to get information so much quicker than we were able to get it before in the past. So we could have been as bad now or even worse in the past and just not known it. But now, since everything is almost instant as far as information goes, we find things out right away. And so does everybody else. Now, the only problem with that is that you would hope that the information that's being put out there is accurate and truthful without the opinion and the bias and, the one-sided narrative that's always pushed, depending on circumstance, of course. But I mean, after X amount of years, you realize that it's on repeat. You just continue to see the same thing over and over and over again, regardless of what it is. Even in the short amount of time that been here for, going on 50 years, God willing, another 50, if I can get out, get another 50 out of it with a good quality of life, not like shitting my pants or anything like that. But, I've already witnessed what? Terrorist acts here on the homeland. You there's always been a war nonstop. I don't know. But the only time I can't really recall, war or wars was really not that long ago when Trump was in office. And that's not to say that there weren't conflicts going on, but not like it is right now or before Trump got elected. And anyway, I'm not trying to get on Trump. Everybody knows that that's my guy. That's who I'm going with. And, you're free to go with the other options out there. But if you think that the options out there are better than Trump, I don't know that you're completely informed. You might actually be misinformed. And, you might not like the guy. That's fine. But listen to what he's got to say and then just take a look at what he was able to accomplish after having nothing but opposition through the entirety of his presidency. Didn't really get a fair shake. Matter of fact, we, the people, have spent so much money investigating him on nonsensical, ridiculous, made up, I don't even know what to call it, propaganda, lies, just silliness. But, we paid for it. But that's also no big surprise. The 60s, man, the 60s, I think that's where everything started really falling apart. The 60s and then it carried over into the 70s, war on drugs, nonsense. But the 60s, I think everybody was on, I think they were on lysergic acid, LSD. I do. I really do. Like the shit that they, the moon. Why do you want to go to the moon? Fuck. Don't know. CIA, those fucking guys. They killed Kennedy. as though we couldn't figure that out already. But yeah, they did. It was a spoiler alert. But they did so much other shit. Like they spent like 5 years. I think 5 years. And for 5 years, at the cost of like $28 million, they spent that money and that time implanting a microphone into a cat. Yeah, not making it up. You can look it up. It's just one of many stupid fucking things that our government has done. And when I say our government, this particular 3-letter acronym that always translates nothing good and is generally not a part of anything positive. Just keep adding to it. But we find out these things after the fact, of course. But nonetheless, 28 million, 5 years, one cat, microphone, then an antenna was run to the cat, and it was mounted in the tail. Cat. You want to know the rest of the story? I'll give you that one later, or you could find out for yourself. But it's just a small one story of one stupid fucking thing that the CIA and money wasted. Cat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll tell you, it really is unbelievable. But just an example. Just an example. If it keeps me up. I'm not even going to mention how much hundreds of billions would it be that we've spent, this administration spent laundering money through Ukraine in this proxy war for no good reason. If you didn't watch Tucker Carlson and Putin interview, I watched it the other day just because I had a gentleman interview me the other day to give my input, my take on it, which I did the interview. It was about a 3-hour-long interview. As soon as I get the copy of it all uploaded, and you guys can, it was a good interview. If you think that I, have good things to say, but some good questions, some good things, but ultimately, it came down to Tucker going down, having a sit down with Putin, which in itself, that's a big deal. That's not small potatoes there. And we did a good job. There wasn't anything that was telling or breaking news, that came out of it necessarily, but it was interesting. I think it was a good interview. Putin, very smart guy, knows his history, knows his politics. Not the guy that you can go into an interview with and not be prepared. He knows more about you than you know about him, 100% guaranteed. So that's something that I'm sure Tucker knew going in, but maybe he didn't fully understand that. But all the same, good interview. Tucker's interview with Putin, and of course, good interview with me and David Dickerman, who also I'll put down a link once that interview comes out, and you guys can check it out on his channel also. And it was good. It was good. It's not easy to find something to talk about for 3 hours with someone that you've never spoke to before on the phone or really communicated with via text or anything, email, etc. But to be able to sit there and speak to one another not necessarily always agree on topics, etc., but to be able to have a conversation and be able to have, you know, like-mindedness, if I could say that. I think that's always helpful, and it makes for a great interview. And I say this because that's kind of how this Putin slash Tucker Carlson interview was also over 2 hours. So very good interview. If you haven't seen it and you're interested in politics, check it out. I'll give you my input on it if you'd like on that episode as soon as it airs out, comes out. Sorry for the noise. That was the telephone. Also bumped up the studio a little bit. I got a couple things coming in. Got a different mic setup coming in with the boom and the arm. And also got a sound card, etc. Still going to keep the same camera. I don't think the camera's a problem, but I did get a backdrop that's going to be a green screen. So why don't I just move the desk and face the wall? I could, and you can see what's behind me. But the way I got everything wired up, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to, then the desk is pulled out more and I lose space. When I want to get to the cards that are over here, it's just, what? If you guys ever want to see what's on the wall, just ask me. I'll take a picture of it. I'll make it my backdrop. And you can take a look. I'll tell you that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 autographs of Lyle Alzado, and then a rookie card of Lyle Alzado's 1972. I got a poster of Patrick Mahomes, and then got a Kobe and a Jordan picture, not autographed. So, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff I was still thinking about moving around and putting here and there, and then getting multiple cameras. I could set that up, and then you can look however you want. I could be set up on one camera with my face, and you can look at whatever the hell you want to look at. I can put videos up. I can do all kinds of weird shit as I'm continuing to learn how to do all this fun stuff. So yeah, making some connections on this as well. So it's always nice to meet new people.